Mm-hmm. Okay, today we're going to be talking about traveling. Maybe you can start thinking about traveling, the vocabulary, your experiences, and everything. So we have 2 minutes left for our speaking session to start. And you can also start thinking, like I said, it's one of my favorite topics to talk about. So when our lesson starts, I kindly ask you to use the chat box only for the lesson-related content, please. Thank you. No problem. Sorry, today our session is quite popular. I'm trying to keep the number limited so we can have a very good quality lesson. Hello, Pema. Okay. So welcome to today's speaking session in Clasital. So as I said, today we'll be talking about traveling. Let me share my screen and we can start our session today. Okay, there we go. Okay, welcome to today's speaking workshop. So like always, we start with a fun tongue twister. But in that tongue twister, you will see the first question sentence is the extra. So it will go like this. I will say it for 2 times, 1 time slowly, 1 time a bit faster. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I think we did it before. You must know it. And let me say it a bit faster. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? So, who wants to try saying it? You can use the react button to raise your hands. Yes, Anjali.
How much would a woodchuck chuck? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That was a very good try. Thank you very much.
Thank
Anna?
you.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That was great. Thank you, Dave.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Another person who feels like trying. Yes, Fairy?
Hello, ma'am. Uh,
Hello.
okay. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That was great. Thank you. Abby?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That was great. Thank you. Maria?
Much wood would a woodchuck chuck? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That was great. Thank you. Mingma?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That was great. Thank you. Pema, can't you see the screen? Is there anyone who experiences the same problem?
No,
No?
ma'am.
Pema, I think it's about you. If you want, you can leave and come back, and I can let you in. Okay. Maybe there is something wrong with your computer or with your device, because as I know, everybody can see it now. If you leave and come back, I can let you in. Okay, let me move on. Thank you for trying saying our today's tongue twister. So what will we do today? I'll be sharing some tips and strategies shortly. We'll be working on some vocabulary about traveling. We'll have discussion questions. And today's objectives will be, in this lesson, you will learn to talk about your traveling habits, a place you have traveled before, and your thoughts about traveling and tourism. Okay, some tips and strategies for today for IELTS speaking exam. Always give clear and specific answers. You'll make some errors, don't worry about them. Instead, correct your mistake if you can and keep on speaking, because like I always say, when your error-free sentences are more than the sentences with errors, that's fine. Always be confident and smile. Okay, so today we'll have 8 vocabulary, and this time we have the definitions up there. And my words will show up one by one. You can go over the definitions and you can tell me which word does have this definition. How can we match it? One goes for G. Yes, affordable means cheap enough that people can afford to pay for it or buy it. So maybe you can use the word affordable in a sentence in the context of traveling. You can try to use it like that. Who wants to use it? You can raise your hand. Yes, Dave.
It's quite affordable to travel by air.
It's quite affordable to travel by air. Very good. Thank you. Okay. Here comes the next word. If it can come, yeah. Out of season. Out of season. Anjali? Yes, it goes for A. The times of the year when few people go on holiday. And Anjali, can you try using it in a sentence?
Yeah. So the season. December is a sorry. May is out of season for a beach holiday.
May is out of season for a beach holiday. Okay, thank you very much. That would work. Boost. Boost. Yes, that goes for B. It will go for B. To make something increase or become better or more successful. How can you use it in a sentence? Fairy?
Ma'am, we should practice a lot to boost our vocabulary.
We should practice a lot to boost our vocabulary about traveling.
About
Yes?
traveling, yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, let's integrate traveling too. Thank you very much. To travel light. That's my favorite way of traveling. To travel light. My mother always boosts my confidence when I'm feeling low. Yes, that's another good example. To travel light. Yes, Anna, it goes for C. To travel light means to take very little with you when you go on a trip. So basically like backpacking is traveling light. So anyone who wants to use it in a sentence? Yes, Anna.
If you want to enjoy your vacation, you should travel light.
That's a great sentence with a very complex grammar structure, the if clauses. Thank you very much. Okay. Spectacular. Spectacular. Oh, still you can't see the screen, Pema. Interesting. Yes, it goes for E. And Pema, actually, like, this is just for vocabulary part, but for discussion part, you don't need to screen much. Okay. And maybe I can copy and paste the vocabulary in the end and send in the chat so you can practice, okay? Yes, 5 goes for E, breathtaking. Spectacular means breathtaking. Usually we use it for views. Anyone who feels like using it in a sentence? Spectacular. Yes, Abhi?
I recently watched an a horror movie, which is really breathtaking for me, which is really spectacular for me.
Which was really spectacular for you. Thank you very much. Okay. Memorable. Memorable. Yes, it goes for that. Abby, can we turn off your microphone, please? I see someone's microphone is on. No? Okay, very good. Thank you very much. I always have a memorable experience when I go out with my friends. Yes, memorable means memorable goes for E, which is unforgettable, something that you cannot forget. I always have a memorable experience when I go out with my friends, says Maryam. And Mingma, we can hear from you too.
Mustang tour was very memorable for me.
That's a very good sentence, and it was good to hear from you. Thank you. Okay, local. It's another common word when we use while talking about traveling. Local. It goes for age, true. Belonging to or connected with the particular place. We say local people, local culture, local food, local music. We can use it in a sentence. Anjali?
If you want a memorable experience, then you have to travel light and eat local food for to explore the local culture.
Wow, you integrated many words in one sentence. Thank you very much.
You.
Okay. Let's see the last word, sightseer. Sightseer. So I'm sure I live in a very popular local place in my country. That's nice. So we usually hear the word sightseeing, but this is sightseer. So it's someone actually. We have only one option left anyways. It goes for D, tourist. Sightseer. Like from time to time, I hear someone's microphone is on, and I hear very loud background sound. I don't know who is that though. I can't see it on my screen. I would be appreciating if you can keep your microphones off unless we're not speaking. Okay, who can use the word sightseer in a sentence? Sightseer. In the capital of most countries, there are lots of sightseer. True. In the capital cities of many countries, there are lots of sightseers. And I can also share, I'm a better sightseer when I travel alone. Yes, Anna, let's hear from you too.
Our city was visited by a lot of sightseers last year.
Last year, our city was visited by many sightseers last year. That's a good one too. Okay, now we have the fill in the blanks part. Maybe this part you can just text your, write your answers, type your answers, and I can read it for you. Hotels are cheaper when? I don't think it will go for affordable.
Out of season.
Out of season. Hotels are cheaper out of season. That's true. Okay. Number 2, we offer quality products at affordable prices. Very good. Tourism may boost with certain policies by the government. 3 goes for boost. Okay? She choosing to use as little equipment as possible. She travels light. Remember to put that S over there. She travels light, choosing to use as little equipment as possible. Okay? Number 5, the coastal road has spectacular scenery. Scenery means view. Spectacular scenery. Okay, number 6, the holiday provided many memorable moments. Very good. Memorable moments, not memorial. Memorial seems something similar, but in a different context, in a different form. It was difficult to understand the local dialect. Very good. Oxford attracts large numbers of sightseers. Thank you, Mariam. Sightseers. Okay. Sightseers. Thank you. Okay, Anjali, do you want to ask a question or did you just raise your hand to answer?
It's raised back by mistake.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, so here comes our first discussion part. Remember, here I'm asking you short answers from like 2 to 4 sentences, 20 to 40 seconds. Okay, so keep your extended answers for the next discussion. So, do you like traveling? That's my first question. Yes, definitely. I think seeing the world from great historical monuments to white sandy beaches is what life is all about. It's an exciting way to learn about new cultures and explore new places. An example for a short answer. So, how should we do it? Who feels ready to start? And I can start taking notes about you too. Who wants to start by answering? Anjali, let's start with you.
Yes, definitely. I would love to travel the whole world and see some blue beach, and go for mountain trekking. Also, life is so small. I would like to cover whole world in my life.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Anjali. So you mean life is too short?
To view all the memorable things.
Okay, life is too short to see all the memorable things. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Jaipal, let's continue with you.
Yeah, I love traveling. Though I get very little time to travel due to the very tight schedule of my work, but I often take a break from my work and travel with my family to some hill stations for sightseeing and passing some valuable time with my family.
Okay, thank you. Mingma?
Yes, of course, I would love to travel different countries of the world and gain some knowledge about uh, their
About their
culture,
local culture,
their
yeah.
their local culture, their religions, and I would love to celebrate different festivals with different peoples living in the different corners of the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Anna?
I adore traveling and I've been already to around 5 countries. What I like about traveling is to discover new culture, new traditions. But one of my favorite tourist destination is Scandinavia. This is probably the most spectacular countries I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you very much. I'm really curious about Scandinavian countries as well. Dave?
Yes, I definitely like traveling. In fact, traveling is like a hobby to me. It's a way of relieving stress, and it's never a bad idea to gain more experience about new places.
Thank you very much. That was a very clear answer. Baby?
Uh, Absolutely, yes. I adore to do I adore to traveling and explore new places, as I'm a big fan of traveling. But and what I want to search, or what I want to explore new places, like mountains, rivers, which is in the world, and which provide us many of the things, uh, like deposits, as a geography teacher. So I just want to explore the world.
That's great. Marianne? Yes, Marianne.
Well, yes, I love traveling. Like everyone loves traveling. I like traveling because I would see new places. I would gain more experience. I could try new exotic foods from different cultures. When I travel, I would expand uh, my horizon, and I would also I also can get more souvenirs from different places.
Thank you very much. Pema, do you like traveling?
Thank you. I would love to travel to view the historical places with my families and to explore the new places in the world.
Thank you very much. Abi? We can't hear you, Abi.
Hey, ma'am, it's just like I was just speaking and I didn't know that I was unmuted. Like, okay, definitely I love to travel, and most of the time I love to go to the hill station. Like, I don't know why I feel connected to the hill station, and the breeze thing, and the like winter the cold thing about the like hill station will most attract me. So I feel that I like love to go there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. One short feedback for about this question. Some of you did, some of you didn't. If there is a yes/no question like this one, do you like traveling? Please try to start your answer with yes, I do, no, I don't. Okay? Then give your arguments about it. Then give your explanation about it. Okay? Because sometimes it's important for the examiners to hear that you understand the questions, question types, question forms as well. Okay? And our example answer says that too. Yes, definitely. Okay. All right, let's move on to our next discussion question. And actually, that beautiful view is from my country, from Turkey, from Cappadocia. Are there many tourists visiting your country? And here is my example answer. I will say yes. My country has different tourist attractions in many cities. People especially come to see Istanbul for its cultural heredity and multicultural, never sleeping nature. So Istanbul, Cappadocia, they are part of my country. The places I love traveling a lot. Are there many tourists visiting your country? Okay. We started with Anjali in the previous question again. So let's start with you again, Anjali.
Yeah, definitely. Tourist visit our country. I live in India, so there are many cities tourists visit every year. They visit Rajasthan for to explore their culture, Rajasthani culture, to eat local food called dal bati churma. Also, some tourists visit to Delhi and Agra to see the Taj Mahal, which is a eighth wonder of the world. And after There are so many places where we can find tourists in our country.
Mhm. Thank you very much. I see Fairy says it's a part 3 question. Actually, like any question can be part of any part. It just depends on the length, the extension of your answer. So if I use that question for part 3 discussion, for deep discussion, yes, I can still use it. But this time I'm using it for short answers. Okay? So you don't need to explain a lot. Just give me short, specific, clear answers about it. Okay, Maria, let's hear from you. Yes, Maria? I can't hear you. Okay, I think Mariam will try again. Dave?
Yes, there are many tourists visiting my country, Nigeria, and Calabar State to be specific. Why do tourists come to Calabar State? They visit Calabar State at the month of December, and this is the time that we have the Calabar Festival. During this festival, you get to see series of customs on display, series of people wearing their traditional attire, and they represent different cultures. Of all the people I've asked, they describe this experience as an awesome experience. So I will encourage everyone to visit my country to experience the Calabar Festival. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dave. Favy, yes, in this case, you can give a short answer. Mariam, are you the guest?
No, how could I
Yes.
change?
I think when you click on the 3 dots, you can change it, but it's okay. I mean, now I know you're Mariam.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, we can hear from you, Mariam.
Well, I'm from Egypt, and Egypt is a very known country. Most people think of it when they want to travel because it has really good museums. It attracts lots of visitors because it's very wide um, uh, views, and it has the longest river, the river of Nile.
Mm-hmm. I think it's called Nile, right? In English. The River Nile. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Anna?
I would say that yes, Tunisia is very popular amongst tourists all over the world because it has very rich history and interesting history, and especially Tunisia is very famous for its nature and the Mediterranean Sea. And every summer, Tunisia is full of tourists, especially the seashore, full of hotels and different kind of I forgot the word, and especially different kind of entertainments for a different kind of tourism.
Attractions. Yeah.
Attractions. I forgot
Yeah.
attractions.
Yeah. Different kind of attractions. Okay, thank you. Pema?
Yes, of course. My country has many tourist attractions, especially came to see the cultural festivals and visit of old temples, which was built in long time ago. For example, the Tiger Nest Temple is most popular place in our country like Bhutan, where all the tourists are visiting this temple while they are in Bhutan.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. And Migma?
Yes, of course, as our country Nepal is multi-diverse, multi-religious countries, and there are lots of religious places which attracts tourists. Lots of tourists visit Nepal every year from different corners of the world. Different mountains, culture attracts them as well, and they love our country. They enjoy learning various culture and language, as there are various language and religion in our country, Nepal.
Okay, thank you very much, Migma. Jaipal?
Yes, I believe many tourists visit our country every year. Millions of tourists visit to see the Taj Mahal, which is among the seven wonders of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and quite a few tourists visit to see Kashmir, which is a wonderful place for sightseeing and natural scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Many tourists also visit to see the Indian festivals, which are world famous for their cultural heritage and show of their religious rituals. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jaipal. Fairy?
Okay, as far as country is concerned, my country has several tourist attraction cities like Gilgit Baltistan. People come to discover over here, especially K2. People make record over here. People want to just search and climb over the K2 and make a record for to break a record basically. And especially Saful Muluk Jheel, Saful Muluk Lake, which is very famous for fairy tale itself. So and some of the places, ancient places like Badshahi Masjid and Lal Killa, which are very famous for tourist attraction, and they come to see. People all over the world come to see these killas for their entertainment purpose.
Thank you very much, Fairy. Okay, Abhi, I think you're the only one.
Yeah, ma'am. Well, a big yes for this. Definitely, my country has different tourist attractions. Sorry.
Attractions.
So yeah, when it comes to the sightseers, we like they want to visit. The only purpose is for them to see the cultural heredity of our country, and at the same time, the spectacular nature view as well at the same time. So like a lot of travelers come in my country every year.
Very good. That was a very clear answer. Thank you, Abby. Okay, I think everybody answered that question too. Let's move on. Discussion section 2. So here you have 1 minute to prepare. You will describe a tourist attraction you once visited. You should say when you visited it, where is it situated, who you went with, and say about it. Say what about it you like the most. You will have 2 minutes to speak. That will be an example text, and these are the some vocabulary that you can use while talking about this topic. Like I always say, please don't give an answer that answers questions one by one. Instead, give a beginning, then give us the body, elaborate your speech, and then finish with a sentence, okay? Like a storytelling, or it's good when it has a clear beginning, middle, and end parts. Okay, so I'll start my timer for 1 minute, and when that 1 minute is over, we will start hearing your answers. There you go. You can get ready. Okay, time is over. And Pema, since you can't see the screen, this is the task. Okay. So you can see the task. All right. Who is ready to give us an answer? And I can start taking some notes to give you feedback. Okay, Abhi, let's start with you.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, a couple of months ago, I went on a holiday to Jaipur, which is called a pink city in India, and which is like which is in the heart of Rajasthan. I visited there with my brother and her wife. So we enjoyed a lot. We enjoyed the like local and the famous cuisine of Rajasthan as well at that time. And what I like most about the state, like the city, is that the most of the like houses are painted in a pink color only, and the cleanliness is also it peaks on its peak. So we hardly see any garbage in the corner of the road. So it attracts us a lot, and the main purpose is not to not a holiday actually. One of my friend, which by like I contacted him, like I get in touch with her through social media. So the main purpose is to visit there to meet her as well. So yeah, I enjoyed that moment a lot, and it was a memorable time for me.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Dave, let's continue with you.
Sorry, ma'am. It was too short.
It was short a little bit, like 1:11.
Okay.
So you can try
Sure,
make it longer by yourself, maybe. Okay.
sure.
Thank you. Yes, Dave.
Yes, I once visited Wonderla Park. Wonderla Park is located in Bangalore, India. I traveled to Wonderla Park 1 month ago, October 5th to be specific. It was an awesome experience. This wonderful experience started while I was in transit. It was affordable by air to travel to Bangalore, so I booked my flight and then we set off by flight. On entering Bangalore, I looked down, and on looking down through my window, I could see the Wonderla Park. It was quite a conspicuous view. Okay, we now arrived Wonderla Park. I entered, I changed my clothes into the recommended clothing, and I decided to take one or two rides. First of all, I need to tell you that I have phobia for heights. So, and the first ride will take you to an unusual altitude, and then it suddenly drops you. When it did this, I felt the jitters, but at the same time, I was thrilled. I decided to go on with it. I thought I was gonna die, but then I closed my eyes, and within 1 minute, we were done. I just ran down with it. I summoned courage to go for a second ride. This was a boat ride, which also takes you to an unusual altitude. When we got to this altitude, it was as if I was experiencing turbulence in a plane. When you experience turbulence in a plane, it's quite scary. So after the second one, I couldn't bear it no more. I left Wonderla Park immediately. This was quite a memorable experience for me because I passed through all the phases of emotion. I was scared, I was happy, but I still enjoyed myself. I was pessimistic about entering anything that takes me to a high altitude because I have phobia for heights. But after overcoming my fears, I could say it was a big boost to my morale. It really boosted my confidence. I was quite thrilled. It was enjoyable. So I will encourage all my friends to go to Wonderla Park because it will be an awesome experience for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. Okay. Anna, let's continue with you.
Around 5 years ago, I went to the most memorable trip in my life. Actually, the trip was organized by my friends because I've never wanted to visit the Norway before, but they convinced me, so we went, and I'll never forget this trip. Our final destination was fjords, and that's why we went there during the summer because of the weather conditions. Fjords usually are closed for visitors during winter and autumn period. So during summer and spring, these places are full of sightseers. And what I was impressed the most by its majestic mountains, by waterfalls, and by nature. And of course, the fjords weren't the only place that we visited, because Norway is also very famous for its museums, and also for skiing. And there is a big stadium where people can ski. And as far as I remember, once there took place Olympic Games at this place. So it was really a memorable experience for me, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Anna. Anjali, let's move on with you.
Yes. So, 6 months back, I visited Mysuru, which is a heart of Karnataka. We started our journey while by visiting the Nandi Hills, and we prefer. I visited Mysuru with my family. We started our journey with the we started our journey by visiting Nandi Hills. The Nandi Hills is a temple of Nandi, that bull, and the place where fantastic the view was spectacular from the hill. And we decided to travel light and go for affordable cheap options for traveling purpose. We ate local food and explored the local culture while traveling by via bus. And Mysuru government also boost campaign against plastic use. They reducing the use of plastic, and created a campaign to use to reduce the plastic waste, which is fantastic, fantastic in my opinion. The place was very there are so much attractions like Mysuru Palace, which is gigantic, and it takes around 2.5 hours to visit, and each and every room. And there are so many museums to visit and explore their culture, the the Mysuru culture. The Mysore is a Mysore have a rich culture where the the king ruled the Mysuru. I think I think for so many years. So they have a very rich culture in as compared to India, all other cities of India.
Mhm.
That's the that was a very amazing experience for me. And fortunately, the weather is very good. We have so much we spent so much time, and that was a very memorable experience for me.
Thank you very much, Anjali. Okay, Jaipal.
Yeah, I remember one of my memorable tourist tour with my family, which I did a couple of years ago. It was a visit to Kashmir, which is situated in northern part of India. I traveled with my family and my brother's family. We started our journey by booking a train, and then half the way we took a tourist cab to continue our journey. Uh, it was a wonderful experience when half of almost all of the India was soaring under the heat waves. It was a chilling wave experience when we just entered the Kashmir area, and it was memorable. It has lots of memorable moments when we visited various places. The first stay was at Srinagar, and we stayed at a hotel in Srinagar. The first visit we did to Dal Lake. It is a famous place. It's a lake surrounding Srinagar, and we enjoyed boating in a housing boat, Shikara, and we saw many people living in housing boats there, which was a quite surprising and wonderful to see how people live in middle of a lake so conveniently, and enjoy traveling by small boats to the other places in the city.
Mhm.
And we also visited Sonmarg, uh, which was covered with snow at that time, when very there was very hot season in India. Otherwise, it was we enjoyed skiing in Sonmarg, and then we moved to Pahalgam. We stayed for a night at there, and we passed our night in a hotel near on the side by of a river. It was a very chilling atmosphere, and we have to take quilts for covering at the night, and hardly anyone was able to bathe in morning due to very cold weather. And
Jacob, it's
yeah,
3 minutes already. So
thank you.
can I get your like last sentence so that like we can be obedient
So
to
it
this
was a
1 minute?
yeah, it was a wonderful experience. It's with many memorable moments.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Your answer like was really good, so I didn't want to stop you, but on the other hand, it was like quite long. So sorry about it. Okay.
Okay.
And Mingma, let's hear from you too. Is your microphone working? It was working before.
Okay.
Yes.
Few months ago, we went to Holisea, which is the attractive places for the tourist destination, as it has a religious story and it is a religious places and a historical place. The story of Holisea is very interesting. It has very deep and it is very deep and amazing places. The story are based on the god, usually called Rinpoche in Buddhist culture, where he got enlightened and meditate in the places for years and years. The story of the Holacey is very amazing, uh, and the place is very outstanding, which can't be described in a words. We even brought some water from the Holacey and kept in our religious room, which is known as thu. You That's it.
We can hear you. Mingma,
Yes,
are you okay?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And That's it.
That's it. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Marianne, let's hear from you.
A couple of months ago, in the summer vacation, I went to Egypt with my family. We went there to see my relatives, and one of my memorable experience that when I went to the capital city of Egypt, which is Cairo, we visited the National Museum of Egyptian civilization. That Egyptian museum is the oldest archaeological museum in the Middle East and houses the largest collection of pharaonic antiquities in the world. The museum displays lots of one-of-a-kind pieces that actually amazed me. Um, this was a really spectacular experience. I really enjoyed it. That museum also had a park. Uh, a park in the end of it. We went there and it has some really breathtaking views that and had lots of butterflies and flowers that really was amazing.
That's it.
There's lots of sightseers there, and I ate lots of local food that I really enjoyed the taste.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Marianne. Fairy.
Okay, ma'am, my voice is not clear because of sore throat. I have a sore throat.
Get well soon.
I
Get
couldn't
well
speak
soon.
much.
Get well soon.
Yeah, but I try my best.
Okay, thank you
I
very
try
much.
my
Don't
best.
force yourself too much. If you feel really bad, that's okay.
No, ma'am. I want to try it.
Okay, go ahead then.
Okay. Okay. I would like to explain one of my visited, which was which was at Lake Sefal Muluk. I visited there 11 years back. It was basically my honeymoon trip, and we visited with my husband, actually, and we visited with three couples, like one have child, and we two have don't child. So we were recently married. So we just visited Saiful Muluk lake, which is very famous in our country. It is in the northern part of my country, and it's a most, you can say that it's a very most of one of the most special and spectacular place to visit for the tourist attraction and for tourist destination. And the most important thing which I like the most for this area or this lake, it is covered, it is surrounded by spectacular icy mountains. It is all covered, it's this lake is covered with icy mountains, and I clicked many of the pictures there. One of the thing I just want to tell you that we visited there at for 3 days. So we stayed in the hotel. We stayed in a hotel. When we stayed there in a hotel at the night, there was a thunderstorm occurred immediately, suddenly, and I don't know what to do. It was we are on the third floor, and uh, in the down on the land, near my window there was a graveyard over there. So that create a scary environment for me, so I just scared for these things. And we just three couples uh, spent our whole night in a one room. So that was very exciting, and that was very memorable thing for me that I ever face in my life. And the view is very you can say that the most generous, and the view of all over the um, lake was spectacular, awesome, that I ever visit any area. Especially we walked a lot to visit at that actually we reached by jeep, and after reaching that place or that lake we walked a lot to to reach at the you can say that as a point a tourist point. We walked a lot to reach over there, so that's very endless or effort full for me, because I hardly go on my foot a lot. So these things I just want to share,
Thank
and
you. It's 3 minutes,
that's all.
so let me stop you too. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay,
Wow,
okay.
today, like, all of you speak quite long. That's good. Okay. I think we have Pema left. Yes, Pema.
Thank you. Last Sunday, we family members had visited the most popular temple called Tiger Nest, which was built in 17th century, and it is so peculiar than other temples. It is situated in the other provinces at the mountainside, and on the way, we the family members had visited the other temples too and had great time and enjoy a lot. At the same time, we had chance to spend time with tourists who are from USA, came to visit the temple, and we too share our thoughts about the temples. And at the same and further, I will urge you all to visit the temple to fulfill our thoughts and wishes too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. So, I'm checking my time, and today, like, your speeches were quite long, and I want to share my feedback as well. That's why for today, I will skip the deep discussion part so that I can give you better feedback and I can use my time effectively as well. So, first of all, like, from all of you, I heard quite, like, pretty good sentences, pretty good answers. And Mingma and Pema, I think you're attending my session for the first time. So I want to start with you. Mingma, your vocabulary is quite good and you can use your vocabulary flexibly. That's nice. And I heard you were using some complex structures used too, like relative clauses and stuff. So, but when I think about this task, you could have spoken a bit longer. Okay, so because it's just 1 minute, so you can add more sentences. You can practice after this session, maybe. And Pema, your answers were quite clear too. I think everybody loves traveling and everybody has an experience about traveling. That's why you all had a lot to talk. So that was great. And your use of grammar was also good. But I also recommend you to come up with more questions, more answers, more sentences to explain, to give longer answers. Okay? Anjali, you did some self corrections. That was very good. And your timing was 2 minutes and 34 seconds. And you sounded quite natural. And comparing your speech to the previous lessons, I can see a great progress in yours. Jaipal, yours, I had to stop you. I'm sorry. Your speech today was very good too. I think your errorless sentences were more than the ones with errors. That was good. Anna, you were very like natural, fluent, and your answers were very clear and very to the topic. I really like them all. Fairy, you also sound very natural, and comparing to the previous lessons, I can also see that you speak more clearly and you show me that you think before you speak, because that was my feedback to you before. And your sentences, your speech was pretty organized. I really like that. Dave, like always, very clear answers. Your storytelling was really good. Your speech was really good. You did 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That's like more than enough. That was really good. Abby, I heard less grammar mistakes. Good news. Only one thing I heard from you was you said, I went there with my friends which. So instead of which, we use who. So you can think of relative clauses better. And I'm sorry, but I heard like a lot again. So please try to like use them less. Okay. They sound a bit informal. But your timing was good. Yes, you're working on it, I'm sure. And Mariam, again, I heard very clear answers, very clear pronunciation from your speech. So overall, I'm very happy with everyone's speech today. Thank you for joining. I hope like today's session could help you. I can still like show you the deep discussion questions. So you can try giving answers to those questions as practice at home. So that can give you some idea about what to talk about traveling more. Yes, let me send you the survey form. We have very experienced students. They think before the teacher. Thank you very much for your support. Yes, Fairy.
Ma'am, can I ask you about the bands?
Oh yeah, let me show you the rubric, the band descriptors. You can find this online as well. You can find it on Google too. I think yours was around 7.5 even. Like I said before, I avoid giving you bands because like the examiners may change. This is not a real exam environment. This is very informal. This is like practice session. But yes, you all sounded very good to me today. You were between 6 to 8, and I can say 7 as average. I think like it depends on the question. It depends how deep you can say, how deep you can talk. Anna. Dave, I think yours was quite good, and I would like say 7.58. Jaipal, I would say like 7.5 even. That was good. Abby, I would say 7 for you. Peppa, you could have spoken a bit longer, so I would say 6.57 because your vocabulary was good. Please complete the survey form before you leave. And our next speaking session will be on Saturday. So you can also join the other sessions as well. And I will be there for next Wednesday session. Our other teacher will be there for the Saturday session. So thank you all for coming today. Good luck with your practices. Good luck with your work. You can leave when you complete the form. Have a good day to you too. Bye. Have a great evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.